Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at, well, basically the Vegeta stage of the USS version of the Magnificent Spectacle. So it seems like they've had these stages cooking up for a while because, like, quite frankly, I think, yeah, at least for me, like, a lot of these guys are basically really, how to put it, are really trying super duper hard, with kind of making these stages very, I want to say, like, frequent, because we got the whole of the superheroes one, and then we've got the whole of the USS. Well, we're about to get the whole of the USS one in quite quick succession, and I wouldn't be surprised. Look, I think we'll probably get a red zone or something during the WWC, or some red zone updates, because I think it's going to do a lot with movie bosses and movies and stuff. Although we did just get movie edition 2 of red zone, so who knows. But at this point, like, definitely feels like there's way more in-game content in Dokkan than there ever has been before. Like, so many different types of in-game content as well. Like, I think if you look at all the in-game content that can kind of happen, during Dokkan, it's pretty intense. I think, like, for a lot of it, it's a very intense level of gameplay. I think, like, you've got red zones which are comparable to the blue zones. Like, they're not all uneven, if you know what I mean. Like, you've got red zones that are comparable to blue zones. You've got blue zones that are comparable to red zones. You've got, like, the Cell Max event, which is also out there. And you've just got a lot. You got a lot of content, basically, to cut a long story short. So I think, like, for me, one thing I will say, this stage feels a very quick and very fast stage, and that's kind of how I felt about a lot of the USS stages compared to, like, the superhero ones. So the superhero ones felt like a little bit more sluggy, multiple phases, lots of 3-phase, 4-phase, 5-phase fights. The USS one, I mean, even this is like a 2-turn fight, or 2-phase fight, I should say. So it's quick, it's fast. You got 1 phase against Goku and Vegeta. You got 1 phase against Vegeta. They both hit hard. Like, they both come out the gate swinging. They are not holding back. They hit very hard. And so, yeah, you kind of bring a team that can pump out big damage, big numbers straight away. Not a lot of build-up. And you take it from there. I think, obviously the best team for that right now is, at the very least, USS and superheroes. And obviously in this video we are doing the USS challenge, so I think, yeah, pretty good. Now, the USS team does kind of have a ton of great options. A lot of them are reps Universe 7 right now, but don't feel confined to that. You do have, for example, Physical Topo. You have Full Power Jiren as very good options that you can use. You have a lot, so you don't need to just sort of, like, look at, oh wow, I need to use, for example, these guys. You can get away with using, I think, a ton of different units. So go for it, basically, is what I'm saying. I think there's enough variety in USS to make a couple of decent builds. You've got, in terms of usable units, you've got the Physical Blue Boys, Physical 17 and Frieza. You've got the Int 17. You've got the Int 17-18. You got AGL MUI Goku, Int Ssbe Goku, Strength UI Goku, Tech Goku MUI, all of which are very usable. Tech Jiren, I would say Int Topo, Physical Topo. So yeah, there's like a very decent Tech Rubrian and the gang, I think, are also usable here. So yeah, I'd say there's definitely a ton of good USS units from that side, and then not to mention also Universe 6. Now, the one thing to mention, which is why we're bringing a Tech UI Goku as a friend, is because Vegeta disables evasion. So your units like MUI or Strength UI Goku, they're gonna pop. Like, they're gonna pop big time if they get hit by Vegeta. And you can you can make your way kind of around this, if you know what I mean. Like, I think you can, make your way around it fairly easily. But I do think, yeah, like, for me, there's definitely this feeling of like, if you want to run evasion heavy units, you probably have to bring tech UI Goku. You don't actually have to run evasion units though. For example, Android 17, 17, 18, 17 in Frieza, in Super Vegeta, even tech, UI Goku will be fine. Toppo, Jiren, none of them rely on evasion in any way, shape, or form. So they should be fine. Like, in theory, they should be okay. Like, you shouldn't really openly struggle if you use those units. Of course, that's not to guarantee. That's not to guarantee that you'll have the easiest time. But with items and stuff like that, I think for the most part you'll be good. I think you'll be fairly solid. So yeah, that's what I would probably say overall. Just like in terms of the units and everything, I think that's what I'd probably say. I'd probably say, yeah, this is a good sign, a good team. I think other than that, just adjust your team as necessary. Of course, when we're taking on Vegeta, we need to be super careful of his disable evasion, but in reality, I don't think there's much, like, from a functional point of view that you need to do. I think you should be more than good to go. So yeah, for me, looking at, like, in general, just like the functionality of the, like, team, I want to say, I would say overall, you have enough options to make a good team, but you probably have to use the premier options. There's not a lot of left-hand field options. Like, even on Universe 6, like, you can obviously bring Kefla, she will do a ton of damage, but you also have to accept that, like, she will die if she gets hit by a super. The same can be said for Strength Kale. Not Strength Kale, sorry, but like Tech Caulifla, things like that. Unless you have the UI Goku, but your options are still somewhat limited. So there's lots of premier units across USS. Over the course of the year, USS has softly become probably one of the best teams in the game, if not the best team in the game, alongside superheroes. Very, very, very good category. And yeah, so I think, like, for me, you should have enough options between Universe 6, Universe 11, Universe, this, that, and this. I think you'll be fine. Like, I think you'll be fine. I'm not saying you're going to be amazing, but I think you'll be fine. At least overall. So yeah, that's probably it from me. I think for me, other than that, I'd have to say, just look at basically getting through the first phase as quickly as possible. Limiting your items if possible to none, if possible. Don't have to, but if possible. And then from there, to each their own. It's going to largely depend on yourself. So, other than that, I'd say realistically, there's not too much more that I can say. For you as like as a player, as advice. Obviously, you've got the revives. You've got so many tools that it's very difficult to kind of predict how your run will go. But I would say if you don't have any of the premier EZAs, you are probably struggling. Like, if you don't have UI Goku, if you don't have Vegeta, at the very minimum, I would say you're probably struggling. Maybe then you're summoning for Toppo, maybe doing something like that. I don't know. Very, very, very difficult to say. So that's probably it for me, to be honest with you. But yeah, just going to depend, on yourself and what you're bringing to the table, like as a Dokkan team builder. Needless to say, guys, I do think, like, for me, what I would say is, please don't, like, stress too much about these things. Category challenges, especially, they come and they stay. So unless it's like an inevitable will mission or a temporary mission, eventually your team will get buffs to the point, or you'll pick up a unit where you'll be able to get this done. So you know, I don't really want people to like hinder themselves or you know, like panic about not being able to always solve or complete or do some of these challenges. It's very much a tough challenge for a reason. It's made this way, it's designed this way. So yeah, but for me, yeah, all in all, still a lot of fun. I think Tech UI Goku rapidly changes how well this team can do here. So I am very, very impressed with this team. But I will say, probably for me, at the very least, this challenge wasn't too hard. But I have all the options, so I can't really state for everyone else, you know, what that kind of means. But for now, listen, if you can't build this exact team, don't panic. Just do your best, and obviously I'll see you guys in the next one. So yeah, other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it from me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. It's always greatly appreciated, as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. So until then, please take care, stay safe, and if you need any help or you're asking for advice, you can let me know in the comments down below. I'll gladly assist you, as always. But until then, take care, stay safe, and thank you for watching. Bye.